guys, welcome back to my channel. This week I'm super excited to be doing an Asian bridal look. This is a slightly more modern twist. So I do a fair few Asian brides, and this is kind of the look that I would go for. So if you want to see how I recreated it, please keep watching. First, I'm just going to prep the skin with the Make to Make Soft Focus Primer. Your skin looks amazing today.
Thank you.
Do you look after it?
I do try, but I am sometimes a bit lazy.
Oh yeah. Would you ever sleep in your makeup?
No, never. Even if I'm tired, like mega tired, I always make sure to take it off.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than waking up.
Yeah, you just feel grim, and I just feel so guilty if I wake up with a face full of makeup.
I know, there's nothing worse. For brows, I'm just going to be taking the Soap Brow, just to really push up those brows, just to make them really nice and feathery. I'm just using the end of my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow wiz. So to fill in the brows, I'm just going to be taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Palette, which is my favourite go-to. And I'm just going to start underneath by defining the brows a little, and then also just filling in any gaps just towards the end. Your brows are pretty full anyway, so you don't need to do too much to them. Do you do anything to them?
Not really.
Just on the ends, I'm going to elongate the eyebrows slightly, just to bring it down and just make it a little bit longer, just so we're really favouring that face. So to prep the eyes, I'm going to be using the NARS Smudge Proof shadow base, which is amazing. Have you ever used this?
No, I've not, but I love NARS.
Oh, it's one of my favourites.
Me too.
So I'm just going to be buffing that all over the lid as a base, just because we really want this to last, and obviously because it's a bridal look as well, we want this to last all day and not smudge. So then as a base for the eyeshadow, I'm just going to be taking my Tarte Shape tape, and with a flat brush, I'm going to go and shape the brows underneath, but also take the concealer all down over the lid, just to take away any discoloration, any darkness or redness that you might have or your client might have. So I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Master by Mario palette. So I've had it for quite a while, and I'm just going to go with the shade Lula first. And I'm going to be just using my 217, and I'm just going to be buffing the shade just into the eye socket, just for a little bit of definition. And as this is like a modern Asian bridal, I'm not having it too eyeshadow heavy, because Asian brides love it eyeshadow heavy, don't they?
They love it heavy.
But I just want to give it a little bit of definition without being too much. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Isabel, which is next to Lula, and it's obviously you can see Lula was quite cool, and we're going in with a warmer shade. I'm just going to be going over the colour that I've put in the socket, just to add a little bit of warmth and just make it a little bit softer. And all I'm doing here is just building up the two colours together. I'm just really taking my time. And the important thing is just have a little bit of product and just keep buffing it in, and you're just going to get a really beautiful blend. I'm now going to take a slightly larger blending brush. This is just from MAC, the 224. I'm back in with the warmer colour. I'm just going to bring it down over the lids and slightly buff out where we haven't put any eyeshadow. And this is just so the whole lid looks a little bit warmer. Next, I'm going to be using my Nude by Nature Kohl Black Pencil, and as you can see, it's pretty black. And the great thing about this is it does smudge out, which is the real key to this. If you just close your eyes to me, I'm going to be running this along the lash line. Don't worry too much if it's not perfectly neat, because we are going to smudge out and just neaten up a little bit in a sec. And what I want to do as well is take it, draw it as if I'm doing like a flick, like this, and like I said, we can neaten up in just 2 seconds. And then with a flat brush, I'm just going to be using my Zoeva flat brush, which is a 234. I'm going to be blending that kohl out. And what I would say is try and work quite quickly with this. I wouldn't put the kohl on both sides and then blend it, because sometimes with kohl pencils it does just set. And then just keep blending until you're happy with the shape. So I'm going to do the exact same on the other side. As you can see, I'm being a little bit quicker about this. I think once you've got the confidence with the shape, you can just go in. So I'm just going to be defining the lashes on the top, and then blending it out with my flat brush, just to create a really nice, beautiful smudged line. So I'm next going to go in with my Urban Decay Blackout eyeshadow. And I do honestly think this is one of the darkest black in the industry. This is like my go-to and it's my fave. And what I'm going to do is just blend in the eyeshadow over the liner just to get a really nice fade. And also to make the eyeliner as black as possible, because in a minute we're going to go in with a liquid line and I just want it all to blend together, like the pencil, the shadow and the liquid liner. Before I go in with the liquid liner, I'm going to just use a cotton bud with some makeup remover, and she'll look down for me, and I'm going to clean it off to create a really nice sharp liner. I don't want it too sharp on the top, but just make it really clean so your liquid liner has a line to follow, just to make it slightly easier for yourself. Next, I'm going to be going in with my Inglot black gel liner, and this is one of my favourite liners. If you see my tutorials on Instagram, it's literally my favourite. So as you can see, all I'm going to be doing is following the line with a super thin brush, and also making a little bit more sharp on the ends. This is just going to help make it a lot darker and also give it that really like beautiful Asian bridal look. And then I'm going to take the eyeliner in the corner, right into the corner, and bring it down. And as you can see, it just gets it's like a nice sharp liner, but then it fades into the blended pencil that we did earlier. And then I'm also going to do it on the other side. So I normally start at the corners, really keep it nice and sharp, and then bring it to the center of the eye. I always ask my clients just to open and then look down that way, and that means with your brush you can get right into the corner. And then back with my smudge brush, whilst the eyeliner is a little bit, hasn't completely dried, so it's a little bit wet still, I'm just going to blend out slightly. This you need to be a little bit careful with, because you don't want to blend out too much, especially not above the smudge, because once you've made the mistake with a black gel liner, it is not that forgiving. So just blend it out a little bit. So what I just want to recreate is that there's no harsh lines on the eyes, and that the gel liner just blends into the pencil. Next, I'm going to be taking the Inglot liner, look up for me, and I'm actually just going to be using my eyeliner brush, and I'm going to be taking that along the waterline. I love using a gel line for the waterline, just because A, I find that it stays, and B, I think it's super, super black. As opposed to a pencil, I think you just end up going back and forth all the time, and your client's like trying to look up and like blinking all the time, you know what I mean? And I think when you're using a gel liner, you just kind of like go in just with one or two sweeps at the bottom, and you can see that it's super black, and you don't have to keep going back and forth. Also, a little trick, if we're going to go black all inside, to avoid getting the gap between your lashes and the liner, I'm just going to be, and look down this way for me, I'm just also going to be running the liner at the top, and look down that way for me, just to make sure that there's no gaps in the liner from top to bottom. Then using the black eyeshadow I used earlier, look up for me, I'm going to be going in with a flat angle brush, and with a little bit of shadow, I'm just going to be running that right up to the lash line, and then in a minute we're just going to blend it out. And it's important that in the corner you make sure that the bottom eyeliner is linked up to the corner eyeliner, so you get that perfect shape. There's nothing worse than a little gap from the top to the bottom. So I'm just going to be bringing up the eyeshadow and linking it to the liner, and as you can see, it perfectly connects. And then also we're going to do it on the other side, and as you can see, there's like a little gap there, and we're going to just fill it in and bring it up, and then take the eyeshadow all along the bottom. Then going back in with the slightly warmer colour Isabel that we used earlier, look up for me, I'm going to run that along, just so it's nicely blended out on the top as well as the bottom. For eyelashes, I'm going to be using the Eylure Fluttery Light, and I'm just going to be placing. I normally do individuals, but I think you've got amazing lashes. And you've got quite wide eyes, so your eyes can take it. And then just to apply the lash, I always ask the client to look down for me. And it is really important that you try and place it as close to the lash line as you can. Just because there's nothing worse than having a gap in your eyelashes. And then just look straight down. And in a minute, what I'm going to do is I'm going to curl them and add some mascara as well. For the skin, I'm going to be using Studio Fix. It's like I know loads of people don't like it, but it's one of my go-to foundations. You'll probably see on my channel that I do use it, especially for like Asian bridal or clients that want like a slightly heavier coverage. I actually think it's perfect, and they do such good shades. Do you ever use it? Have you ever used it?
Not really. I used to use it.
I know, everyone says that. When you were like 16, it was like a go-to.
Yeah, and then
you never forget the smell then, I bet.
Yeah, that smell is very distinctive.
And I'm just going to be blending it all in with my foundation brush, and this is by Look Good Feel Better. And I think with a flat brush, we're just going to get a slightly heavier coverage. And for no other reason, we want it to last all day and just look completely flawless. I'm just finishing blending in the foundation all over your face. And as you can see, Studio Fix just leaves a really nice, even coverage. I don't think it ever looks heavy. Does it feel heavy, or does it feel okay?
No, it actually feels okay.
And I think with this brush, it just really helps to give a really nice, even coverage all over. For concealer, I'm going to go back in with my Tarte Shape tape, and this is in shade medium. With my Duo 5 brush by MAC, I'm going to be placing the concealer just underneath the eye, just following the shape of the eyeliner. And then with my blender from Look Good Feel Better, it's the same company as the brush, I'm going to be blending that concealer in. And then also, just to take it a little bit higher, I'm going to go with my brush and just blend it right up to the eyeliner. And if you take away a little bit of the shadow, don't worry, because in a minute we can go back in with the eyeshadow. And I'm going to bring the concealer down. And also just place a little bit around the mouth, just to bring out, just to highlight it slightly. You always want like the middle of the face highlighted. I basically don't want it slightly darker around the mouth and around the nose. But you've got quite even coverage. Sometimes with Asian skin tones, they're slightly darker and lighter in certain areas. Do you find that with yourself?
Yeah, it really bothers me.
Does it? With you though, it's quite subtle.
Still there though.
To set the foundation and concealer, I'm going to go straight in with my Huda Beauty translucent powder. And it's not really like me to like pack on I like translucent powder and that like bait things. I know a lot of people make it really white underneath, but I just don't think we need it too much. But I just think we need a little bit just to set it. And also so it may last all day for your wedding day. Now I've just finished with the skin, I'm going to quickly go back to the eyes, and all I'm going to do is just curl the false lashes and the real lashes together. And these are just number 7 curlers, and I do actually really love them. And then I'm going to go in with my NARS Climax mascara.
Love that.
Isn't it so good? I'm going to go in and add quite a thick layer of mascara, but mainly to the lashes, to your real lashes. And what I don't want to be doing is taking mascara right to the end of the false ones, because then I find they look a little bit spidery. Like I love the lashes looking slightly feathery towards the end, but really thick at the root. And if you just look out for me, and then I'm going to be applying the mascara all on the bottom as well. For contour, I'm going to go with my contour powder by MAC, and this is called Shadster, and I'm going to be using my Smashbox brush. And all I'm doing is I'm just going to go underneath the cheekbones, and I'm going to be shading the face. I'm going to go underneath the cheekbones, underneath the jawline, and also just on the hairline slightly. And the only reason I think, well, the only reason I do this, a lot of people are like, oh, why do you take it up here and down there? Is what you don't want in photos is when you have a photo taken, it's just have one stripe. And if you take the contour on the forehead and on the jawline, it does just like blend a little bit better, because there's nothing worse, especially on your wedding day when you're having photos taken, you just have like one line like this. But it's really important when you're contouring is just to go back and forth, like don't rush it, and just really blend it out. For bronzer, I'm going to be using the Saddle Powder Bronzer by Anastasia Beverly Hills. These bronzers are honestly amazing, but they're super pigmented, so you don't need much. So this is going to go over the contour, just to add a little bit of warmth and also definition. You just say you don't like too much blush, so I think it's really important that if you have a client that doesn't like super amounts of like colour on the face, it is important that you just give them that warmth from the bronzer. Now I'm going to be adding a touch of colour on the cheeks, and this is the Bounce Blur in Pink Sky, and this is a really nice texture. It's one of the Bare Minerals new blushes, and it's almost like a, you know that Dream Matte mousse? Did you ever use Dream Matte mousse when you were younger?
Oh my God, you're in
God, you used to
school.
kick yourself with it. So it's kind of that texture, which is really beautiful. Oh my gosh, and if you had dry skin when you used Dream Matte mousse, it just looked terrible. I'm going to be applying it just on the apples of the cheeks and taking it up towards the contour. For highlighter, I'm going to be using Joy, and this is one of Bare Minerals' new highlighter as well. And I'm just going to apply it on the apples of the cheeks and take it up slightly. And this is just going to add a beautiful highlight to the skin. As you can see, it just adds a really nice glow. And I love this brush. So with highlighter, I tend to use a smaller brush just to get a little more precision and control over placement. Is what, if you use slightly bigger brush, I don't want the whole cheek in highlight. You know what I mean though, sometimes it's a bit much.
Yeah. Too much glow.
You can also use a little bit down the centre of the nose. And also I love to put some just at the top of the lip. And that just gives it the illusion of slightly bigger lips. For lips, I'm going to be using my Spice Lip Pencil by MAC. I'm going to go in and slightly overdraw the lips, just for a perfect nude shade. I love this for slightly darker skin tones. It's almost like a perfect nude. Would you use this one? Would you think of this as a nude for you?
Yeah.
On me, it's like black. Then for lipstick, I'm going to go in with my Huda Beauty. This shade is called Anniversary. And on top of the lipstick, just because I wanted a slightly thicker coverage, I'm also going to go in with Feminist, which is a liquid demi matte by Huda Beauty, just to make those lips pop. To finally set this look, I've been using it a lot on my channel, is the Huda Beauty Resting Boss Face. And I always say that it just smells so strong. You'll probably smell it in a minute. And then if you just open for me, and that will just help keep this look set for the whole day.